We start by making a loop with the yarn tail at the right side, the working yarn on top of the yarn tail, and the point where these two strands cross on top of the loop, like this. Then we take an empty needle in the right hand and insert the tip of that needle from front to back into the loop, hold the yarn tail so that the loop does not unravel, then wrap the tip of the needle with the yarn or simply pick the yarn, and pull this wrap through the loop, forming our first stitch. Then make a yarn over, bring the yarn to the front of the needle and over the needle, and do it again. Go into the loop, pick the yarn and pull it through. Now we've got our initial set of stitches. We don't need the loop anymore, so we pull the yarn tail, tightening the loop, and turn the work. In the first row of this cast on, we knit the first stitch, and then we add another stitch, and we do it by making another loop. We twist the yarn so that the working yarn is at the back of the loop, like this, see? And then we place this loop on the right needle and tighten it. Then we knit the next stitch, and we add another stitch, again by making a loop, but this time the loop is different. So we twist the yarn so that the yarn stays at the front of the loop, and place the loop on the right needle. Tighten it and knit the last stitch. If you plan to work in garter stitch, don't worry about mixing up these loops. You can choose just one loop, the one that's easier for you, and use it throughout the whole cast on, because the slant does not show in garter stitch. But if you want to choose a different stitch pattern, it's better to stick to different loops so that your project looks right and nice right from the start. Turn your work. The second row of the cast on is a plain row. If it is a garter stitch, then we knit all stitches, no increases, just knit stitches one by one, including those loops. If it is a stockinette stitch or any other stitch pattern, then you purl all stitches in this row. And then comes the second increasing row. And again, we're gonna add more stitches and make more loops. We knit the first stitch, make the loop with the yarn at the back, knit the next stitch, make another loop with the yarn at the back. Then we knit the central stitch and change our strategy. So the loops are gonna be with the yarn at the front of the loop. So one, then knit the next stitch and make another loop with the yarn at the front. We work the last stitch, and here's what we've got. We've got 9 stitches, just as the stitches that we get when we use the garter tab cast on method, but this time we created these stitches without picking up any stitches or any other hassles. It's very simple and easy. The next row is going to be a wrong side row, so if you work the tab kind of cast on point in the garter stitch, then you're going to knit all stitches. If you want to make it in stockinette stitch or any other stitch pattern, then you work in that stitch pattern following the instructions for the wrong side row. So for stockinette stitch, it's going to be purling all stitches. As a result, we get a really nice looking beginning to our shawls or whatever project it is. It doesn't look exactly like the garter tab, but it looks very nice as a lovely crescent, and it does not have any humps, any bumps. The edge is even, it's not curved, everything looks nice and smooth. And you can continue to work with the garter stitch edging as we usually do with shawls, but you can also use any kind of other edging, like this. See, you work this cast on area in stockinette stitch and then add whatever edging you like. I added Silesian selvages over here, but it could be anything at all. And with this method, you can use the yarn over increases from then on, or the pad backward loops increases, as we did when we shaped this lovely beginning of our project. To get the full photo tutorial about this method, go to tenrosday.com/garter-tab-alternative. Happy knitting, my friend. I'll talk to you in the next tutorial.